Hey everyone. So where do I start? Um, 2 weeks ago. Today's Friday, so yeah, tomorrow 2 weeks ago, uh, I was doing a 5K for the club. So there was a lot of people at it. A lot of people enjoyed it. I didn't. A couple of years ago, when I ran regularly, I'd be able to do a 5K in 25 minutes. Did it like almost every day just for fun. And then if I hadn't trained for whatever reason, I'd say, okay, well, if I do a 5K, I'll probably give myself 30 minutes. So I wanted to hit about 35 minutes latest this time. But my doctor told me to take 2 weeks off rugby, so I wasn't training or anything. And then I think I had like a week or 2 weeks leading up to the 5K instead of the time that I had planned to train. So I thought, okay, well, give yourself 40 minutes. But like, I cramped and I was slow and it sucked. So I was giving myself 35 minutes, I think, and I got in just under 40. But hey, I did it, and there's a load of people there, and it was a successful fundraiser for the club, and that's what we wanted. That was 2 weeks ago, when a lot of people could run together at once. Then on the Thursday, I think, is when the panic buying started. Like, we knew the coronavirus was out there, we knew COVID-19 was out there. I think the day the panic buying started was when the first case, I think it was when there was the first fatality here, I think, or at least it was soon after. The toilet paper thing, yeah, that was a thing. I have a few theories on that. One, I think, is because the Americans started panic buying toilet paper, and everybody started making fun of them on Facebook. So when it came time to panic buy over here, by the way, there's never a time to panic buy, but when people started, I think the only thing they had in their minds was toilet paper. So they panic bought toilet paper. Another theory was that if you think you're going to be locked in your house and seeing nobody else for a month or whatever, yeah, have a good supply of toilet paper. That makes sense. And the other one, I think, is that there was some Chinese paper company that was shutting down because they had a confirmed case of COVID-19 or something, and they also produced toilet paper, so people thought, oh my god, the toilet paper factory is shutting down, so they panic bought toilet paper. But of course, realistically, it's toilet paper. You're probably buying like, not homemade obviously, but like nationally made, locally made toilet paper. The other thing is bread. Don't panic buy bread. At least you can freeze bread, and obviously toilet paper doesn't go off. But like, realistically, God, people were saying to me on the Thursday night when everything went crazy, and they were like, oh my god, will you have more bread tomorrow? I was like, well, of course we will. It's made in the industrial estate. It's made like a 2-minute walk from here. People just used to, the last time there was a run on the shops, I suppose, was when there was the big snow and delivery trucks couldn't get through. So I think that's where people were coming from here. Anyway, that was when it all started. That was when I started wearing gloves in work. That was the Thursday. The Friday was busy. I don't know, it's just weird. I think it's about 2 weeks since it all really kicked off over here. The death rate's gone up. The number of cases have gone up. Somebody said today, I think there should be another 200 cases by the end of the week. But I mean, even when people mean well, I'm wary about stats they give me unless they can tell me where they get them. A lot of people are staying indoors. This is actually a weird day because it's an absolutely beautiful day. It's a little bit breezy, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm literally just in the garden to try to get some sunshine. I've been inside for a few days, but there's no kids playing in the street, which is a good thing, don't get me wrong. But for days now, there's just been gangs of kids roving around the place as if it was the summer holidays. And if it was the summer holidays, more power to you. I love to see it. But I don't understand the parents that let their kids go out and play when the entire thing of school being closed was to separate them, to keep them safe and healthy, and to keep their parents and grandparents safe and healthy. I know Dad suggested to me one day to go over to Athlone to see my mum before everything really got locked down, and he said like, if train fare was an issue, I'll help you out. And I said, well, to be honest, Dad, it's not train fare, it's the train. Like, when I'm in work, we stand in front of like 5,000 people, and then I'd be getting on a train to go to Mum's house, and she's an at-risk group twice for various reasons, so I didn't want to go near her. He said that was a fair point. It feels really surreal that there's nobody around. I looked, my window upstairs, I can see directly into the car park for work. So literally every day when I get up now, I look over just to see how busy it is. It's never quiet. We are going to be getting plexiglass screens in work, which I'm very thankful for. Also, I'm currently not working, so people have asked if my job's going to shut down, and we provide groceries, so we probably won't. In fact, I know we won't unless we're made to. But the owner did say, look, you do not have to work here if you don't want to. Now, he will be hiring on more people, because a lot of people have lost their jobs at the minute. He'll be hiring on more people in the hopes to keep them when all this dies down, which makes sense. I did say if we weren't working for whatever reason, we still have our jobs at the end of it. Well, it could be a couple of months, and he said, well, I don't want to say nobody, I don't want to say people will lose their job, but I will want to have the best team available when this is all finished, which makes sense. So it wasn't a no, but it wasn't a yes. I, as you know, have been sick until in my lungs. So I think I'm like, if this wasn't going on, would I refer to myself as healthy? Yes. Am I worried? If I was in work the whole time, would I be worried? Yeah, like, whatever is wrong with me is respiratory, and this new worldwide problem is respiratory, so yeah, it's a bit worrying. But at the same time, I don't want to just sit down and do nothing the whole time. I do want to get back into work. Dad actually said to me this morning, it's like, you have to do, your part to help the national effort. And I was just talking to a friend of mine the other day. I thought, if I was in the army or the health service or something, I'd be like, absolutely, I should be there in the front lines. And I still feel that way. I don't want to not do my part. I don't want, my work crew to be doing all the jobs and putting themselves at risk while I'm not doing anything. But at the same time, I thought, I don't want to die for Centra. Look, I don't want to talk about work on social media because I'm not meant to. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm currently not working until Monday, at least. So this week I've been off. My housemate Coral worked in Kildare Village, and a girl that works with her came home from Germany, I think, and she was really sick, so they sent her for a test. Now they think it's probably nothing, but she's still waiting on a test, because while the health service are doing great work, and they're doing as much work as they can, I don't know, maybe you just can't keep up with it, which is why it's so important for people to distance themselves and stay home if they can, work from home. Don't let your kids go and hang out in groups of 10 and 15 outside the shop just because there's nothing better to do, and then come back into you, and then you get sick anyway. But yeah, so she was waiting on her test for a week, I think. I think 30,000 more testing units are meant to arrive in the country yesterday-ish. So hopefully she'll have a test in the next few days. Which is what my doctor said. He said, look, you're certified as a contact isolation case, I guess, until Monday. When I find out about her test, if it's negative, let my doctor know and I go back to work. If it's positive, let my doctor know and we'll take it from there. Now I feel fine. I'm still coughing and stuff, but like no more than I have been for the last. Like technically, I've been coughing since before this thing started. Um, yeah. The other thing is, I mean, even if that girl, who I don't know, I'm relying on her to contact her work friends, who will let Coral know, who will let me know. Um, but Coral, before this thing got really bad, got a job at home, so she flew home to Spain. So that's the thing. But theoretically, when she gets there, because she's coming from here, they might test her. So I won't need to wait on the other girl's results if Coral can say yes or no that she has or hasn't got it. So that's a thing. Hopefully a good thing. Again, do I want to go back to work? I don't. I do want to do my part. And honestly, when I wasn't sure if I was going into work or not, I was struggling with my conscience. I was like, I should do my part, but at the same time, I don't want to get sick because I think I'm at the point. Like Dad said, you're young, healthy, and you're in your 30s, and you're going to be fine. But like realistically, that's not true. People in my age group are getting sick, and they're getting badly sick, and that's just a fact. They're not as at risk as older people, but it still happens. And while I haven't been like diagnosed with asthma or whatever, like my lungs are currently screwed, so it's a worry. But yeah, I was sort of struggling with the conscience, which sounds so stupid about just going to work. But then when the doctor said you are to self-isolate until Monday, I thought, okay, well, right now me doing my part is staying here. That's what my doctor told me, and just in case, I'm going to distance myself from as many people as I can. That's fine. From Tuesday on, I don't know. To be honest, if I knew that I was if it was possible to have weather like this and take a couple of weeks off work and be paid for it, great. If it were your holidays, but if that's because you're trying to drain the system or something, that's, you're awful. One sec. That was just my housemate Sean driving off to renew his driver's license, I think. Where was I? Yeah, Dad says I should do my part for the national effort, and I was kind of annoyed at the tone he took, as if I was choosing not to. But yeah, like when the doctor said that you have to stay here, that was me doing my part. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm in danger, whereas Dad's like, oh, but you're this age and you're healthy. I don't know. I think, and like Dad's been in worse positions before, which he's volunteered for because of the work that he did. I think like the country's at war but fighting a virus that nobody can see, and a lot of people are being stupid or lazy in their defense against it. And that's what's worrying. I mean, if I was in a uniform and I was handed a weapon, I was told, these are the bad guys and they're going to try and kill you, fine. But if I'm standing behind a till with old people coughing at me, I don't want to do that. And like people say that we should help the elderly, and we absolutely should, but generally the people saying that are talking about the old, nameless, faceless elderly that are just out there, and we should all help them. Whereas people who actually serve them, people my age, are generally okay. They're shopping when they need to. They're shopping for mostly what they need to. They're healthy, or like if they're coughing, they're covering their mouths and turning away. And the elderly don't. They're the people who will count out cash in front of you and look up to cough, so they're coughing at you. Or they'll take a dirty tissue out of their pocket, and that will be followed by the cash that they use to pay you. And it's like they're absolutely clueless at best. I wouldn't say malicious, but certainly clueless. So like, I think a lot of the advice is important, but I think a lot of people's moral stands on this are coming from people that are, oh, I have to work from home. Well, yeah, you get to work from home, you know. But hey, I need to be able to pay my rent, and I do want to help out. So as soon as I'm able to go back to work, I'll be back in work. That's it, really. Yep. Yeah, really, there's nothing more to talk about. It's a gorgeous day. I hope nobody takes advantage of it. If you're watching this, wash your hands and stay distant from each other. That's the other thing, actually. My worry is that everybody who's like, social distancing and say 2 meters apart and all this stuff is great, but I think people might just get bored or lose interest or motivation. I think they refer to it as being fatigued. And it's nice to think that nobody will and everybody's taking it seriously, but I think the average person in the street when they're, living from home for 2 weeks and the routine is now this, at least people working from home still generally have the same hours to clock in and out at. But even the people who have been keeping their kids inside so they don't congregate and spread things, I think it's very easy to say, God, I'm sick of it. Yeah, go out, enjoy yourself for 2 hours. Now, people say it'll get worse before it gets better, and I'm sure it will. I just don't want it to get worse because people have stopped trying. And that's a worry. I think people probably will stop trying, and then it'll get a lot worse, and then people try again. Screw it, I'm rambling now, and it's getting depressing, as if it wasn't already. I'm gonna go. So wash your hands, stay distant, stay safe. We look forward to a time when it's all over and we can give each other a big hug again, like literally as well as metaphorically. Until next time, bye.